And because I love y'all, I'm going to tell y'all the truth whether y'all receive it or not. Christianity was forced on us by the sword. We are the children of Israel. The way they set it up for us to follow traditions. And if you look at the traditions that we follow today, it's not the way God ordained it. You understand? The Roman Catholic Church has been lying to us. We are the children of Israel. Christianity is a facade. Repent and keep God's commandments. That's all I got to say to you. Listen, according to the Bible, Christ was supposed to die 3 days and 3 nights. You cannot get 3 days and 3 nights from Friday to Sunday. Wake up, y'all. The Bible says it's high time to wake up sleep.
In the name of Jesus.
In the name of Jesus.
I take authority. I take authority over every demonic force. In the name of Jesus. God is not the author of confusion.
Believe that.
In the name of Jesus.
So you can tell me what you follow in the Bible.
So we're going to have to ask you to leave. So we're going to have to ask you to come on, people of God. Put your hands together.
See, this is what blows my mind. I can show you burial sites of people that date back 8, 9, 10,000 years. I can't show you one burial site of one person mentioned in the Bible. Not just Jesus, none of them. You can't find David's burial sites. You can't find Ezekiel's burial site, Jeremiah's burial site, Daniel's burial site, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, none of them. The Bible says that they don't know where Moses is buried. I'll tell you why. Because there was no Moses. Church, and look, Christ said wherever house you go into, that they don't receive your word, keep the gospel on your feet. Glory to the Father. And the wisdom that you listen to when I try to tell them. Glory to the Father. Talking about he rebuked me in the name of Christ. All people still asleep. Christianity has made all people stupid. Straight up.
Archaeology experts have found absolutely no evidence whatsoever that Hebrew Jews lived as slaves in Egypt or of their exodus from Egypt. The plain truth is that Moses didn't lead Hebrew slaves out of Egypt any more than Charlton Heston did. There is not one shred of archaeological evidence for the existence of Moses or of any of the Bible's main cast of Hebrew characters, from Abraham to Jacob to Joseph to King David to King Solomon.
Abraham. No direct archaeological evidence according to Time, December 18, 1995. Isaac. No direct archaeological evidence according to Time, December 18, 1995. Jacob, no direct archaeological evidence. Joseph, no direct archaeological evidence. Period of the Exodus, no direct archaeological evidence. Moses, no direct archaeological evidence.
There is, however, plenty of evidence for the existence of Egyptian pharaohs who these biblical characters are based on. The Bible's Old Testament has carefully covered up the connection between the Egyptian pharaohs and the Hebrew patriarchs by mixing up historical facts with myths and legends.
Many religious people find this scripture impossible to receive. It's from Galatians 4:24. It's talking about Abraham. Now, if you don't know who Abraham is, he is at the very top of the bloodline of Jesus. So Jesus comes directly from the bloodline and genealogy of Abraham. All right, so let's look into it and see what it says. 24 says, these things serve as illustrations, for the women represent two covenants. Illustration means a picture illustrating a book or newspaper. The synonym says visual aid, okay? Image. Allegory, a story, a poem, or picture that can be interpreted to reveal a hidden meaning, typically a moral or political one. The synonyms are parable, analogy, metaphor, symbol or symbolism, emblem. You will have people saying an allegory can be a real story, but look up examples of allegories. All of them are fictional. Look up examples of allegories in literature. All of them are fictional. In fact, an allegory is a story that requires a narrative, okay, with symbolism to teach you a different story. It is not true at all. Those who say be careful which version or translation you read, I'm going to read pretty much every one of them. New International Version says these things are being taken figuratively. New Living Translation says these two women serve as illustration. English Standard Version says, now this may be interpreted allegorically. Berean Study Bible says these things serve as illustration. Berean Literal Bible says which things are allegorized. New American Standard Bible, this is allegorically speaking. King James Bible, which things are an allegory. Holman Christian Standard Bible, these things are illustrations. International Standard Version. This being said as an allegory. Net Bible. These things may be treated as an allegory. New Heart English Bible. These things contain an allegory. Aramaic Bible in plain English. But these are illustrations of the two covenants. Jubilee Bible 2000. Which things are an allegory. King James 2000 Bible. Which things are an allegory. American King James Version. Which things are an allegory. American Standard Version. Which things contain an allegory. Dewey Rings Bible. Which things are said by an allegory. Darby Bible translation. Which things have an allegorical sense. English Revised Versions. Which things contain an allegory. Webster's Bible translations. Which things are an allegory. Weymouth New Testament. All this is allegorical. Wow. Word English Bible. These things contain an allegory. Young Literal Translation. Which things are allegorized. I'm hoping that this is crystal clear for us. These things are an allegory and not to be taken literal. The Bible itself even says that they are allegory. Listen, family. We fight, we argue, we cut each other off over this literature. This literature that we accepted as children, not even examining it to prove it to be true. And now we argue about it. This literature is destroying our families. Why don't we just let it go? It is not historical. No Moses, no Jesus, none of these characters, no Abraham. If we stood for each other and protected one another, the way we stand for this literature and the characters in these books, our problems would be instantly over. Think about that.
Because there's a difference between Africans and black people in America. Where they from? Where they from? Who? From oh, so he might be African. Yeah.
Say that again?
My mom is from Mali and my father's from Ghana, and I'm born here.
Now, I got you. You was born here. Do you see him as your brother?
If he was,
As your little brother?
if he was born here,
No, we ain't dealing with ifs. He already told you where he from. Where you from?
Mali and Ghana.
He from Mali and Ghana. Beautiful, smart young brother. Is this your people?
no. Not if he's an African. If he's an African,
Come on, brother.
Whoa, why am I not?
See, now do you see the danger in that teaching, brother?
That just caused a line between us. That's not uniting us. That's pushing us apart.
you come from Hamites. Y'all come from Africans. We come from Shemites. So even though we got similar skin tone, it don't make us the same people.
But also, before I told you I was African, we made a connection. And right before that connection, after I told you African, that connection just broke between me and you.
We still dealing with the same connection that we had, which was knowledge. We wasn't connecting as far as you being this. I said you was a very intelligent brother. Now, after I found out you was African, did I say you was intelligent or unintelligent?
You said I was intelligent, but not your brother. And also, you said we all us black people need to become one. And if we all become one, that means us too. Cause listen,
If I bring my brother, this is my little brother. If I bring my brother with me to the cookout, can he get in with me?
No.
You mean to tell me you wouldn't let this brother in the cookout, brother? Look at it. Come on, Cesaria. This is the poison of that book. This is what we're talking about, of the poison of that Bible, brother.